Hello, everyone. How are you? Nice to see you all, or virtually see you all. My name is Michael. I am the co-founder at Your Blog, and this is our LinkedIn Live. This time, our LinkedIn Live is a bit different. Rather than just talking about us, we will actually talk about one of our great clients, Couch Health. It's a great agency based in Manchester. They've got a really purpose and heart. I would love to talk about them more in a second. But I would love to show you, what they do, how they've expanded over the last year, and how they used your blog to support their growth. And if you do have any questions in the meantime, feel free to ask away in the comments. So Dan, my co-founder, is there. He'll monitor the chat and he will answer any questions. The whole session will take about 15 minutes. I know you're all busy people, so I won't take too much of your time. So about 15 minutes of your time. And if you do have any questions at the end, feel free to get in touch. Okay, so for those who don't know, Your Vlog is a feedback platform personalized to your motivations. So I'll introduce you to what we do exactly in a second. But first of all, why are we talking about feedback? And I think it's quite intuitive. Since the pandemic, almost everyone is now either working in a remote environment or hybrid environment, and feedback became essential because you don't really see people on a day-to-day basis. You don't know what's happening at their house. So that continuous feedback to identify opportunities for support, for growth, is essential to make sure that people stay engaged and they don't leave your business. Unfortunately, when you look at the feedback survey landscape, you find that a lot of feedback surveys are quite generic and quite repetitive. So as a result, managers often get generic tips as well. And that's, once you get generic tips, it takes time to analyze them and make sure you actually take an impactful action on the back of it. So because they're so generic, sometimes it might lead to actually people being demotivated or even leaving the business. So that's why we've created Your Vlog, which is a personalized feedback platform. So what it means is we actually ask only questions that matter the most to you. So we take some time within our platform to first identify what motivates each individual within the team. And then we only ask questions that are tailored to their motivations and therefore are more impactful. Because of it, managers get very personalized action plans that literally tell them who to speak with and what to discuss to make sure everyone is at their best within the company. So actually all companies that work with us for 6 months or longer either improve or maintain their employee retention, which is great to see. But the client I would love to speak about the most is Couch Health. So Couch Health, as I said, agency based in Manchester. They recently expanded globally. They now work in the US, in the UK. They increased their headcount by over 33% over the past year. And they are an agency of about 30 people right now. So they've been working with us just for over 12 months now. And actually in the first 6 months, we managed to save them £95,000 purely by minimizing employee churn. And for those who don't know them, definitely recommend looking them up. They are a health engagement agency. So they revolutionize in the way the research is being made within the health sector, ensuring that there's more diverse community included in the research. So definitely great company, great growth over the last year, and Ash is the founder. So let me set the scene for you of why they started working with Your Vlog in the first place. So when we first approached them, they were planning to expand more within the US market. They just had a new management team that's joined the company, and they had a key focus on improving employee retention. They had some key hires recently, and they had some ambitious goals for the next year, and they wanted to make sure that people they recruited, they don't leave along that journey, because that can have a huge impact on employee retention, on client relationships and revenue. So those were the key focus points and challenges, and that's why they decided to work with Your Vlog. And what we help them with the most is, first of all, we help them to create an ongoing monitoring metrics on employee engagement, which is effectively, you can look at one number to see how happy and how motivated your employees are. And then you can see whether it's going up or down. And if it is going down, we then straight away include an action plan on how you can actually raise that team engagement. And again, it's all personalized to each individual. And then the third thing we help them with is identifying people's strengths and being able to play to them. So especially when you have a new management team, or if you have a team that's expanding, you don't necessarily know what each member and what makes each team member tick. So we help to, we provide data, we provide framework to define those strengths, so you can quickly identify them and then play to people's strengths as well. So that's what we did. But of course, I would love to show you how the platform actually works and how Couch Health used it to support their workforce. But before I do that, I would love to just say that we actually do a 2-week free trial. So if you are interested and would like to give it a go for your own team, see how your flow can help you, feel free to reach out to us or just sign up. We would love to for you to give it a go. Okay, so let me jump into the demo now. So what I wanted to show you is first the employee perspective and then the manager perspective. So what Ash, the managing director at Couch Health, would see on the back of the feedback that we collect. So let me show you the perspective of the employee first. So I'm going to start with my own profile because of the GDPR and everything. I don't want to reveal any personal information. So this is my profile. So once I sign up, within the first 5 minutes, the system actually asked me to complete a 5-minute survey that was derived from the University of Manchester, Stanford University, and it's scientifically defined the thing that motivates me the most. So you can see at the top in here, customer focus is the thing that motivates me the most. So what it means is that within my role, I need to be able to interact with clients, have access to client data, and if I don't, I'll become disengaged. And the benefit of that is really, we often assume that everyone's motivated by the same things as we are, or sometimes we assume that everyone's motivated by money. And we know now, based on data, that that's not the case. Everyone is very diverse, and there are some nuances between what makes people tick, and we help you define it. So now we've defined it, the entire experience of collecting feedback is tailored to that motivation. So we only ask questions around those motivations. If you scroll down the page, you can actually see a further breakdown of my motivational profile. You can see how it fits with the team. It's quite more detailed. Of course, there's no right or wrong answers. You can be completely different. You can be the same. The whole purpose of this is to find out how different you are and how you can use it to better work together. Unfortunately, we want this to be a quick and snappy, so this analysis of this profile is out of scope. If you are interested into what sort of outputs we create on the back of that spider diagram, feel free to reach out and I would love to show you how it works in practice. But for now, I just wanted to show you that there is some deep information around each motivational profile. And we do tailor everything to that profile. Okay, so once we have it set up, then the next step is that you get asked a feedback survey on a regular basis. So it can be every 2 weeks, it could be every month. And it's only a 1-minute feedback survey. So on a regular basis, you'll receive an email that will look something like this, and it goes directly to your inbox. Within that, you'll have a link which you can click, and that will take you directly to your feedback survey. So it takes about 1 minute to complete. It's usually 6 questions. And the whole purpose of this link is that you don't actually need to sign up to a new app, remember your passwords, you go straight into the link, takes 1 minute to complete. That's all the investment you need to input. And on the back of it, we'll create the analytics, which I will show you in a second. So let me just quickly walk you through what sort of questions we asked. Of course, this is just one example, but there are, we've got a library of a lot of different questions. So the first question is, how much do you enjoy working in your company culture? And then you rate it from 1 to 10. And then the next question is tailored to your team. So our team, actually, our top motivator is customer focus. So it asks whether we often share customer success stories. And again, if I scored low, that will generate a flag for my manager to share more client success stories. Very simple thing that can be implemented, but if it aligns with our motivations, it can have a huge impact. And then the next question is to rate your manager. The following question is to provide a comment, which is any praise or recognition you want to share within the team. And the more praise across the team, the better. And I'll show you how the outputs in a second. The following question is tailored to me individually. So one of the things that motivate me the most is also teamwork. So it asks whether my teammates do many things I am grateful for. And if that's not the case, again, that would generate a flag for my manager to have a catch up with me and provide some support. And then the last question is purely if I need any support. Sometimes when you work remotely, you might feel down, you just want to have a chat. If you say yes, you have that chat with your manager. And that's really it from employee perspective. You get your motivational profile, and then on an ongoing basis, only 1 minute of your time to provide feedback, which then can be acted on. So now let me show you the most exciting part of the platform, I think, which is the analytics of that data. So if I go in here, you'll see how the profile of couch health, right? So this is what Ash would see. So again, I won't go through the entire functionality of the platform, but at the top, you can see your most important scores. What's the monthly response rate? What's your team engagement score, which I will show you the breakdown of in a second. And then a very exciting thing is this bit in here, which is the value that motivates everyone the most. So, everyone signed up, and we can then average everyone's results and find out what collectively motivates everyone the most. So this is like a quick win motivation. If you do anything that relates to teamwork for Couch, people will engage with it the most. We already know that this is something that motivates everyone. So, Couch, for example, is getting a new office soon that's got more space, more room for collaboration, which aligns with teamwork. And of course, this is quite an expensive thing to do, but you can also do simple things like weekly virtual coffees, for 5 minutes or 10 minutes a week. And it's a very simple thing to do, but it encourages teamwork. It encourages something that everyone's motivated by. So this can give you, a great insight into your team, and also a conversation point. You can ask your team members, what can you do more of? What do you think we can do more of to create more collaboration? Like Couch Health, for example, they updated the policies. They've created a couch day. So once a year, you can say you just want to sit on your couch. It's a mental well-being day, and the company allows for it. So there's some great things you can do on the back of it. Now let me show you how this team engagement score is being broken down to. So I've prepared a report. I blacked out individual data for GDPR purposes, but this is the report you would get directly to your email as a team leader. So this is what Ash gets on a regular basis following feedback. And this report is only a one-page report. The idea behind this is that Ash is busy. I'm sure most of you are very busy as well. And you don't have time to look through a long report. So the idea behind this is that you spend 5 minutes on this on Monday morning. You see what your priorities are. You can execute them. And we know that so far, all companies that execute them actually improve and maintain employee retention. So let me walk you through it. At the top, you can see your most important scores. So how happy the team is, how strong your teamwork value is, and what's your team leader rated. You can see that in this example, actually happiness and teamwork value dipped. And it can happen. Sometimes you work on a time-intense project, on a stressful project, and it has an impact on how people feel. In this case, you can see the dip. So the natural question is, what do we do to raise it back up? And by the way, they did raise it back up. Then you can see your action plan on who you need to speak with and what you need to discuss. At the top in here, you can see one person simply asked for support. This is the last question that I showed in the feedback. They simply want you to have a chat with them. So all you need to do, 5-minute chat, find out what's wrong or what support they need, and then implement it. Then the next section is who hasn't responded for a month. So they just need a follow-up. Of course, we do the follow-up as well, but you can do that as well to get more data, get more analytics. The most exciting thing for me is this last bit, which is the more bespoke actions for each individual. I won't go through all of them, but for example, the last one, you've got one person that looks like they can be more engaged. We found out that novelty is something that motivates them. And all we recommend is that you share new ideas around the business and discuss them with them. So, this is kind of exciting thing to do. It could take, 10, 15 minutes over a coffee, but because it aligns with this person's motivations, it can have a huge impact. And that's especially useful when you have a new employee, you don't really know what makes them tick. With your flock, you can quickly identify what you need to do exactly to make sure that they are at their best. And the same applies for remote or hybrid workforce. If somebody works on their own at home, you don't necessarily know what's going on. We can, with that survey, because it's personalized to their motivations, you can really do some quick and personalized actions to make sure that they feel part of the team, part of your culture, and they feel engaged. And then the last thing within the report is their success stories. So this is their praise and recognition. Sometimes, Ash or me or anyone else on the call, I guess, you get very busy. And once you get to the win, you often focus on another win, and you sometimes forget to praise the team for the great job that they did. So this it helps you collate that. So you have the a list of the great things that your team members, the team did, like for example with Couch newsletter, and you can use that as ammunition to praise your employees. And praise is free. It can have a huge impact on employee productivity. There's a ton of research behind it. And that's the report. You get it on an ongoing basis, and as a manager, you can quickly get that action plan to raise your engagement. That's very real time, really, and it's continuous. So that's the report. Of course, there's more to the platform. If you'd like to find out more, feel free to reach out. And again, we've got our 2-week free trial. If you like to give it a go, again, reach out. I hope you found it useful. I definitely recommend reaching out to Couch Health. They are a great agency. They've got really, a purpose and heart. And reach out to Ash, reach out to Couch Health. I hope you found it useful. I really enjoyed it. Hopefully you did too. So hope you have a great rest of the day, and hopefully speak with you soon. Thank you.